Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever this happens to be arriving in your reality of now. I I follow this astrology app called The Pattern. It's free. Um, Although of course there's ways to use expansion towards the program. But it gave me this critical insight. And it was talking about how I see things different than others. And I was like, well, yeah, that's always been my normal. um, until the pattern had pointed it out, I hadn't really given it much thought. When you are naturally a certain way, you don't think about it. It's like you don't think about the color that your hair grows. It just is what it is until it's slightly different, then it's that. it it is a unobserved pattern when it is something you're always like. This morning I was focusing on gratitude, and when you are in flow of gratitude, it feels abundant, it feels good, it helps your reality be enough. Gratitude is a powerful force, and it is a easy emotion. It's like there's so many things to be thankful for all the time. So we are going to pull a card. We're going to use the sacred, what are these called? Sacred geometry? I will go through and find the box and show it to you guys again. It's been a while since I've done that. But it's the two different sacred geometry cards combined together. I do use other tarot decks, but these have definitely become a reflex patterned, enjoyable habit for me. Presence, cosmic flower. Bottom of the deck, consciousness, discernment, peeking up. Top of the deck, connection. All right, cosmic flower. The frequency of cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the places we call home. The core that which we pour our magnificent out into the world. 18. Presence. One of the fun things, a good gift to self, I had done this many Christmases ago, but I purchased this neonate astrology map course system. And this one was a predictions and past and connections and yada, yada, yada. Starting to study astrology, I started to understand things like grand trines and how that affected my physical vessel with where I was targeting and practicing focus levels. So, anyhow, I'm living physically on Earth in a space that is connected to Venus. And then in my neonate chart, it's connected to Venus. Physically living there, it flows through really well. Venus, for me, has a lot to do with spiritual protection. It's in a pinch, that's the energy I always go to. It's my, he spins me a certain way, and it fits well. So the Venus energy became a conscious connection. And when I was orchestrating a move to the lower 48, I contacted, I was going through the journey with a friend of mine who also does psychic healing things. But aside from that, I had a wonderful astrologer who's written many books. She has tarot cards. She's a wow kind of woman. But anyhow, I had her read the neonate chart. And I was looking down the lower 48. I'm like, okay, between here and here, what planets affect my body? And that might sound like such a strange question to ask, but I could feel Venus, very much so. And I got to move into my Jupiter kind of standing point. And that's the energy that I'm swimming and flowing and connecting into now more so. It is healthy to be curious about yourself, the things that interest you and why they interest you, things that intrigue you and why it catches your interest, things that you observe. Go to a grocery store, go to a mall system where you get groups of people and listen to passive conversation, and you'll start watching synchronistic. You look for something, you see something. This is a universal message directly to you. It's your own fabric of language to your own reality. Everybody is divine. God's internal. And that's a very personal, well-kept, protected space always. Now, humans are good at mucking certain things up, and God's also our number one reason to take cause into purpose and kill each other. So, not same. But that internal energy, that is personal to self. When you watch certain channelers, you can feel them go in, you can feel them go out. Sometimes they have a body structure that triggers that type of connection. Some flow in and out. Everyone has their own connection to I am that they are reinforcing. Our DNA, how we speak to our body, how we emote internally, all of those are usually broadly dampened and held down by fear and low self-esteem structures in place. Plus a physical attack, things like sugar really will confuse your stomach flora. That intuitive guidance, that you ever see your kid fall and you catch them before they trip? It's like, all moms do this. All dads do. It's like you grab before it happens because that's your kid. You feel them get hungry before they cry. I have a granddaughter, and I'm watching her personality and patterns take form and shape, and I'm watching my daughter glow and flow into motherhood. It's been such a blessing to witness and to be a part of. Those ways that you are connected that you don't really question or think of because you've always been that way, those are entwined with your birthright DNA. This is who you are. God's on your side kind of gift. We can create social patterns and habits. Power pose. If you feel bad, this is good. And it's resting. It's good for your shoulders. Just physically, in reality, is good for you. The need to do it, that's a different kind of injury. But paying attention to how you feel, what you wear, what you're thinking, all of those things there are healthy ways to do that and ways to honor your connection. 10:10. Okay. On that note, my feet are curled up. They're not on the ground. My flooring is cork, which I won't go into the blah, blah, blah of why I like standing on cork, but it is, if you like to meditate, get cork. Or, okay, a sand and an ocean during a sunset or a sunrise, that's the best thing to get. But standing on it, cork's got a lot of ways that help your flow when you are in a space of feeling those connective contacts. Balancing pH. There's also an oil called Balance that I have lately been using more than usual. It's one of my favorites, so I continuously have it come in every month. But it takes the cells and helps them all to harmonize. So physically putting it on your feet helps your vessels shift into what is normal, healthy, and natural. Our natural state isn't upset, angry, or provoked. Our natural state is joyous, content, happy. It's good. Moving into a new city, one, it's changed my view of what I consider city, because I thought Anchorage was city, and now I realize how some of that was cute, naive self. 7 cities are teaching me something totally different. But picking up my daughter from school, I will see 2 to 3 fights break out. That's not unusual. And this is considered normal. They have middle schools that teach anger management. So anyways, in backing away from that bits, emotional immaturity and lack of awareness. I knew it was an issue, but wow. Okay. We'll start with our ABCs. We'll teach you how to share. Go back to kindergarten. We can do this. I'm surprised and a little disheartened, but mostly, obviously we need to share techniques that help each other calm down, feel at peace, and we need to discuss things that are in balance and things that work for us. The things that work for me may or may not work for you. Listening how they work and what works about it as I discuss self and my view of things will give you opportunity to mirror, reflect, pick up, or drop as does not serve you. These kids are mimicking what they're seeing in their houses. Some of the ways that they speak and view others, it's sad. It's ridiculously okay. I think some calm energy and some connection to peace, some helpful advice that I've known that works for me would be good information to share. The timing that I share and what I speak on, some is still in format, others is taking shape. So the presence of it will be there when it's there. And the advice that I give is always your choice. We are all learning through life, and we do the best that we can with what we have to work with and what we know. So, Venus energy is where I'm focusing. And I'm going to high five the Jupiter energy. We'll speak some light language, and I'll be bringing that back into Gaia. Kuyananamiasa shasuya tria karamaniasa shasuya yamoyasa koya moya yaria toya teriamia seya. Kuya sashwya tairuya tera poya namie tea tuya taya. Hoya moya triasa kuya enamia sishia teo. Hoya enamia sashasukuya nanietesa. Open to Gaia. Receive and give. Nia sasha sutraya tria sukutria sasha sutraya tripoyaniata satoshimuniataya. All right, tie off the channels. Okay, 1622. I am consciousness. I'm going to leave the bottom card there and the top. I have been sneezing, like throat chakra. So I've also been working on moss art projects for my walls to clear, cleanse, and purify the air. My time in Alaska, I was working on a farm in the city in ways that the environment would flow better. So I want to get my air cleaner. I want to purify the water system, set up a reverse osmosis. So I'm setting these personal goals, some difficult, others easier to obtain, but all flowing towards health, abundance, connection, or union. So, throat, high third chakra, union, card number 44. All righty. Take care. Be well.